Okay, guys, Ben Habib has responded over on Octopus TV with Andrew Eborn's show. It's a short video. I'll play it now. One thing that did interest me in what Ben Habib said, the guy's excellent. He said one thing he has learned is that despite Advance UK having 40,000 plus members, they are more concerned with the mission statement than they are with the party. I think that's true of all of us, isn't it? We all know what we want for our country, and we don't care really which political party is pushing for it. We will support the party that we believe will deliver. Yeah? And now let's go over and watch the video. Okay, here we go, guys. Listen carefully.
But what Rupert says, I will read it. It's quite a lengthy post, but I won't read the whole thing. Just the last bit. He does say party politics is dead. We need an entirely different way of doing things. Hundreds of men and women from outside politics put forward for election. I've always believed in a panel of experts, actually, all of whom must have nothing to do with how our country has been so abhorrently failed. So he's talking about all these sort of people who've been defecting from the Tories and indeed from Reform over to you, I guess. I'm going to think long and hard over the weekend about my next step.
Can I just say, sorry,
I'm going to think long and hard. I'll come back to you on that about my next step. Britain doesn't need more reform from the same arsonists who burnt it to the ground. A real alternative must be provided. I will do that. That's what he says.
So I don't. It's enigmatic, isn't it? It's not conclusive. I don't think former reformers joining me can be seen in the same light as former ministers and cabinet ministers in the Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak government joining reform. The people who are joining reform, that category of individual from the Tory party, they were responsible for creating the problems. The grassroots of reform that we're soaking up, the branch chairman, the campaigners, the regional directors, and so on, they had no hand in damaging the country. They wanted reform to be the answer. Reform, as you know, at least as I think, is not the answer. Reform carries the torch of hope for the British people, but it is sadly very lacking, and that's where a new political force is required. So we'll just see what Rupert does.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he hints, and this is something again we've talked about, and it's maybe something which you're doing with the college, is this sort of panel of experts. You want the best person who understands finance to be to be in charge of the budget. You want the best person who understands housing to be in charge of that. People who actually understand foreign policy and with real life experience. Do you think that's what he's getting at?
I don't know. Again, you'd have to ask him. But I'm of a similar mind that we need great thinkers and capable people with fortitude and the ability to speak and articulate their positions in government. Those are the qualifications you need to be in government, in my mind. And what we don't want is the kind of dumbed down, did PPE at Oxford, joined some PR firm, for a couple of years, and then went through the ranks of the Tory party and suddenly emerges a cabinet minister. That individual is supremely unqualified to run the country. We need proper people in Parliament. Parliament is full of monkeys. Rupert's right. I don't know if they're all a bunch of snakes, but they're certainly a bunch of idiots, most of them.
Well, and it is interesting because the other question people have said is if he does set up this party and he and the doorbell rings or the phone rings for you again, you're in regular contact anyway, and he says, "Well, come and join my party," what would you do?
I say, Rupert, let's sit down. Let's go through what you've got in mind. I'll go through what I've got in mind. The critical thing here is that the mission statement, in my mind, the mission statement of Advance UK must have the best chance of being delivered for the country, and that I must stand for the interests, obviously, of the country and the members of Advance UK, the 40,000 odd good people who've put their faith in the party to deliver that mission statement. And what I do know about Advance UK members is that they want the mission statement more than they want the party. They want the country saved. That's why they've joined us. And so I would just need to sit down with Rupert and find out how can we best ensure that we get a pro-British government with the right agenda and the capability required to deliver that agenda.
And a lot of people are asking, well, in reality, then, if you decide that you will join forces with Rupert, how does that work from a membership point of view? Because obviously
Exactly.
members have come from Reform to you, they've come from the Tory party to you, and so on and so forth. If you decide that you will go over to join forces, if you like, with Howard, how does that work in practice?
It's all one would need to look at it in detail before an answer could be given, but it's complex. It's much easier if Rupert joins Advance.
Okay, guys, there you go. What do you think? Yeah, we just we just want to stop the squabbling amongst ourselves. The Patriots in Reform, Restore and Advance UK. We've got to unite. We've got a common enemy. We are going to lose our country if we don't unite. I hope the meeting that Ben spoke about happens very soon. Rupert and Ben need to talk. The entire country is dependent on both men. Please don't make me choose between Ben or Rupert. I love them both. Anyhow, guys, any newcomers, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm chasing Guardian Mose. He's on 5,000. I've still yet to reach 2,000. I'm coming after you, Guardian. Set up a talk. Okay, guys, you've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. I'm out of here.